Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another Artery Gear video. So this is going to be my guide on reaching endgame equipment farming as a free-to-play player in about a week or less. Of course, if you have more stamina refreshes, or if you're playing the game a bit more, you can get there faster. I was a bit busy with work, so unfortunately it took me, I think, 5 days or 6 days to reach this stage. However, I would say that the game is quite generous in the sense that the JP server got a few things going for us. So I'll list out the actions I took to get to that stage. First of all, if you haven't checked out my reroll guide, you should definitely check that out. If you see my roster, it's really small because after kind of the fourth row, it's all fodders, right? So you can see that I only did, I have a lot of polls tickets. I didn't do anything, so I only did 11 rows on the Shura banner, 1 poll on the Perm banner, and this was because of the tutorial, and then the infinite reroll. So those are all the polls I did. So 22 polls in 5-6 days, and I got to end game. So for a free-to-play player, this is very much achievable, and I'm only able to do this because of that prior experience on the CN server, so I know what to do. And you can see here that in terms of the equipment stages, I'm already 100% done with Centaur, and I'm on the last stage for the Harpist. So just to walk you through the team I used to achieve this, and you can do that with actually one team. So I took a different route this time on JP, which I'll explain at a later time. But the 4 core units in the Centaur or the endgame route that I took was Ginga, which you get from the infinite rerolls. So Ginga is just a single target beast, and you can see that upgraded some of her skills, not maxed yet, so she can be even stronger and make the runs more stable. This is her gear. Everything is free gear. So this 6-star gear is from the Queen's questline, as you can see here, step 6. And then the 2 6-star gear, if you watch my previous video, the crit offset, is from the tutorial beginner questline. So all of them are free, except this one, which I replaced the Queen's one. Just made her a bit more tanky, but the Queen's one actually does more damage, so it doesn't really matter. You can use that one no problem. So this is all free, and Ginga's from infinite reroll, so everyone can go for her. So this is free again, right? So this is my Ginga, the main damage dealer, and then Chihaya, the support. So Chihaya, she is also free from the event. You can still get her if you reroll today, and you can max her to rank 5, which gives her a rank 6, which her max 14.7% crit. And for her, I just plus forward her 3rd skill, so she gets the 1-turn CD because her cycle through her skill really well. When she crits, she gets cooldown reduction on all her skills. And then I'm just putting her on random gear, to be honest. These 2 crit set is free, I will need to replace, and then just a bunch of speed, some crit, some effectiveness. I definitely need to swap all of these out. I just slapped whatever I got together on her. So this is not even optimal gear for Chihaya. If you saw my CN server Chihaya, she actually is a beast because I didn't have Ginga. So on the CN server, I cleared the Centaur with just Chihaya. And then Alice, if you saw my reroll guide, I said Alice makes your damage dealer twice as good because of the extra turn mechanic, because of the attack buff. So for her, I just slapped a bunch of speed stuff, anything with speed. If you can get her a bit tanky, that's a bonus, but you don't need to. So just to get her fast, I have her 200 speed, 180 will work. But obviously now that I've farmed a few extra gear, so this is not even 6-star boots, and the rest doesn't have like amazing speed, so I can probably get her to 220 now, but you don't need that to achieve this. And then for Morris, a free unit that you get on day 2, just plus 6 her free HP set gear that you get from the quest, and at 8 plus 6 she unlocks the 2 substats. So that is the team, and I'll just showcase a auto run because you need to be able to auto. So this is the auto run, and do note that the success rate is about like 20-30%, but it doesn't matter because if you use auto repeat, you can do this offline, and if you fail, it actually does not consume any stamina, so you can just keep going, keep going, keep going. It doesn't really make a difference. If it clears, it clears, and that's all you need to know. So this is Centaur stage 9, and Alice, so you have to worry about speed tuning, that's for sure. My Alice goes first and boosts Ginga, so Ginga will use S2, so you set the priority of Ginga skill as S2, which you can do with this arrow on the top left, and it will just open a panel which allows you to select the skills. And also, if the Centaur kills someone in the first hit, it might not work out, but Chihaya can take a hit. Pretty much everyone can survive a hit. So you see how Chihaya's speed tuned to go after Alice, but before Ginga. So this is so that Chihaya gets defense down on her S3. And then you saw here that the S2 used after Chihaya's. So let's go back a bit. So here is Chihaya's S3, which landed defense down here, and then her S2, it's supposed to extend all debuffs by 1 turn, but I've missed that, so this run is not even the most optimal, but you'll see that it's still clear. So here, if it extends, the shock is going to be +1 turn, the defense break is also being +1 turn, and then we're back to Ginga with huge S3 damage under defense down and attack up. And here I set it so Morris gives the S2 cast as priority on Ginga, because that gives her a -1 turn cooldown, so that she can use S2 next turn without having to use an S1. But you can see here, yep, my S2 is up, and I can just do that. And here I didn't land the shock, so if I landed the shock, that's another follow-up S1. So you can see that in this run, it's not even the most optimal RNG, but it still works out to kill the unit. And this is with suboptimal gear on 2, actually 3 out of the 4 units, and everyone else is pretty much free. Chihaya get event for free, Morris is day 2 free, Ginga is infinite reroll for free, and Alice is, I guess, the only one you really have to roll or reroll for in the gacha pool. So the rest is straightforward. It's just pretty much clearing everything. You could technically swap out Morris later when your gear is stronger. But yeah, here we go, and then that's it. Yeah, so fairly straightforward as a free-to-play player, and as a casual player, just will take you a bit longer, but you can still do what I did. And I'll talk about how it's different from the CN server. So on the CN server, what we did is we built Ginga or Chihaya to clear Centaur 7 and 8. This is mainly because we didn't have the free 6-star attack set on JP and no infinite reroll, so a lot of people didn't have Ginga. So we would go to 7 and 8 to clear that, build the Roko for the poison stack, and use Alice to abuse Roko to clear stage 9 Harpist. And then we would farm the 2 equipments on stage 9, and then farm the stage 7 and 8 for the other 4. But because the Ginga I got and the 6-star attack set is so strong, I can do stage 8 and 9 on Centaur, and then without investing in Roko at all, I can just use the exact same team and do stage 7. So here, the same team, and I'll just use a pot to show you. And then you can just use the same exact team. You don't even need to change anything. You don't need to change gear. You don't need to change teams or placements. So you see that the speed tuning still mattered here. And I didn't even land the defense down from Chihaya this time around. But yeah, it's just going to be super easy. The gear requirements are obviously lower in Harpist 7 versus Centaur 9, and that's just going to do it. So what we would do now in endgame in the days to come is to just spend all your stamina in Centaur 8, Centaur 9, and then Harpist 7, and you'll get pretty much every set of gear you would want for your endgame content until there's a new boss coming out and until there's more stuff you want to mint and max. So hopefully this was helpful, and if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll catch you guys next time.